Alright, hello, good afternoon everyone, and welcome back for day 2 of ESL One Hamburg C Qualifiers. We have our first series, pretty interesting Filipino standoff here between two very familiar names, TNC versus Clutch Gamers. I'm Hades, all the way from Singapore, and joining me, my co-caster PQMZ. Hello?
Good morning, dude. How you doing?
Good afternoon, and okay. I know yesterday the games were a bit kind of underwhelming, but today, I mean, we start out with a very strong series immediately. Like TNC, these guys don't really need an introduction. They have a famous captain. I mean, Tims, he's also impressed on the big stage. Kuku, super strong mid laner. You've got strong carry Raven, who had even was with Fnatic for a while. I mean, if anything, you know, Clutch Gamers, they're entering into this with, you know, a bit of doubt behind them. You see now that JO's joined them. I believe he's playing in a different role, but you know, ever since Fly Solo, he has rejoined them after leaving WG. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many games from Clutch recently, but I remember them being a very solid team a few months before TI. And so far, everything looks pretty standard, you know? Typical 7.6 draft.
Yep, I mean, we see Lich, Night Stalker, I mean, Neko and Venomancer immediately taken out, otherwise those heroes would have been the first pick. But I'm excited for this. I mean, we see the Tims of Spirit. This is something which is definitely always going to be a treat. And a puck, well, you know, Filipinos in general, they just play the puck safe, mid, off lane. There's no telling where this hero is going to show.
10 seconds.
I think that's why you're able to pick it up early. Because if you run it in one role, you can counter-pick it pretty easily, but you open it up to all 3 lanes and suddenly you've always got the flex, which is why, like, I think EG picked this hero a lot early, and teams like that like the ability to mess with their opponents and mind game them. Haven't seen 1437 draft since TI though, so see if he's changed anything up or if he still goes with the same stuff.
I mean, I know for sure TNC, I wouldn't say they're playing differently or playing weaker or stronger, that's up to you guys to decide, but they feel a bit different ever since, you know, Kips left them, like when she went to Vegas Squadron. Obviously a team without a coach, that has, do you think that actually plays a role? Like, do you think the impact is usually big, or is it like just a tiny difference?
Well, from what I heard, she was less of a coach and more of an analyst.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who just provides information on the team you're going to play. And you know, if the players do that information themselves and do that work, then it's not that big of a deal. But if they don't do that and then someone does it for them, and they have this like handbook of information that they can use, it makes them a much stronger team. If you remember, I can't remember which TI it was. It was when Complexity went really deep. Maybe it was like TI 5 or something. Yeah, they did that mostly because they researched everyone they're playing against, and everyone thought, oh, okay, Complexity, we'll just beat them, right? No one gave them any respect, but they did all their research, and it showed in how they played. Like, the mechanics weren't as good, but their strategy and their theory crafting was what won them games. So yeah, it makes a huge difference. Like, having a coach on a team, I think, is something that will win you tournaments if it's a good coach.
Okay, and I mean, okay, what about that stereotype where, you know, people, I think there's always been, this is such a controversial topic on, you know, having a high MMR doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a good coach, or only high MMR players can be good coaches. I mean, what's your opinion? Depends
what you want from a coach. Because, for example, right, like, I've done some coaching. I don't play solo queue, so my MMR is, you know, nothing to brag about, but it's how the team you're coaching wants you to do. If they want you to coach them individually, which I'm sorry, but if any tier 1 or tier 2 team needs individual coaching, then I don't think they're doing their job right, because that's their job to get better individually. As a coach, you want to like work on a team, you know? You see these 5 players, you see how they play, you see their flaws, you see whether they make game losing micro and macro decisions, and then you help them. And you know, you build on that. At least in my experience, that's mostly what teams have asked for. But you know, if you don't need to have high MMR to see that, you just need to have like some competitive experience and a good brain for Dota.
All right. And okay, now let's talk about a bit more about this draft. Things are definitely looking very mid game, because you see Monkey King as a core. This is definitely a Monkey King core. Bloodseeker out as well. We're not going to see any of these teams, you know, gear for the late game. It's very unlikely this is going to be like a Monkey King off lane. I feel like we've only seen Monkey King safe lane usually, unless they, you know, that one time yesterday where they ran like a Monkey King IO, and it was played by Neon. But Clutch Gamers, I mean, this has to be quite interesting, right? Because Boombax and Bok, these guys both played off lane. They were teammates on Arcanis, like I think 2 years back. And Jo, you know, he played with EG, he played with Rave, he played in NA, and now he's back in C. And I think for a while he played with another Filipino team. I'm not sure which team. I can't remember. It was Happy Feet, and now he's back with Clutch, and I think he's playing from the support role. So no, this will be interesting to see. Yeah, this will be pretty interesting to see how like the roles swap out. Like now that Jo is playing from more shot calling kind of role, you know, it's hard to shot call and play as a core at the same time, I feel.
In the late game, it's easier, but yeah. Like early game, if you're micromanaging your team and you're trying to like check where they are, you know, win your lane and CS, yeah, it's hard. No question on that. I'm kind of surprised that they picked Monkey into Bloodseeker though. I feel like Bloodseeker's a pretty good hero. The only time you can ever like really fight him if he's running at you is if you're in your ult. And they have pretty good heroes, I think, because the Frost Armor from Lich, very good against any melee damage. Physical damage even. You know, Bloodseeker's just also very good at, you know, putting you in awkward spots. So I'm interested to see that matchup. It's not something you see too often.
The Dire get a ban.
Maybe I haven't been watching enough 6K pubs recently.
Or maybe you haven't been watching enough C Dota.
I never get to see those games, man. I only get to watch like the FPL games.
Yeah, usually the bigger ones. But in C, it's like I find it interesting though how more teams are running the Monkey King as a core compared to the old 4. But I think like, you know, ever since the nerf, I think was it the Boundless Strike, stun duration, on the Jingle Mastery.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, like,
just a bad 4.
do you remember the Jingle Mastery when it was like just permanent? I mean, now, you know, it fades away after a while, but I remember back, like, I think before that nerf, it was just basically just there. Like, you could just hit a hero 4 times, walk across the map, and spank someone, and your core be like, where the hell did this damage come from, man? Oh, I miss those.
Yeah,
I miss those days.
You got stacks, queued someone, killed them, TP'd to another lane, waited for your Q to cool down, hit them once, and queued them again, and they're dead. I miss that. But I'm very glad it's not in the game for a competitive standpoint. But yeah, I just don't think the hero like works without farm anymore. So you have to run it as a core.
You know, maybe that's the way Ice Frog intended for it.
It's really good against Ember.
That's true. It's one of those few heroes where, like, if you know, when Ember runs at you with the flame gun and searing chains, you're a bit afraid. But Monkey, in this case, he's like,
hit him.
Yeah. He's like, are you sure?
You make him your bitch. Lich might go mid to counteract that though, so we'll see how. Well, nice thing with Lich, right, is you can move to whichever lane you're needed.
I like the Clockwork pick, because with the clock, it's really good at finding the monkey, especially in the sides. And not to mention, you know, when you have the Night Stalker as well, you're gonna have a very, very strong vision game playing here. This is gonna be fun. Like I can see Clutch Game's game plan. It's definitely great mid game. I'm not sure how to scale late. You know, Bloodseeker doesn't usually.
They don't want to scale.
Neither does TNC.
I think TNC has like more ways to take objectives. Clutch just want to fight. Like Ember and Bloodseeker are very bad at taking Roshan. They're very bad at pushing towers. Heroes need to be dead for them to be able to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they just want to win their lanes and brawl a lot.
Storm Spirit.
And
oh, this is definitely the puck off lane. Yeah, Sam H picked it up.
I can like this a lot because sure, there's a few annoying silences and he might have a bit of a rough early game, but once it gets past 25, 30 minutes or so, if it gets that late, like he is king of this game. Pretty much. And
not to mention, yeah, like I feel, you know, if you look at Clutch Gamers, I can see why they immediately picked up the Storm, like no hesitation. There's very, very little control for the Storm this game.
Yeah, you can bully him early and maybe shut him down, but that's why he's got these 4 really strong teammates, you know. Puck, once he gets 6, can move around, make a lot of plays. Monkey is also a pretty active carry if he wants to be. If he doesn't feel the weight of his team and needs to like farm to get items, then he can move around a lot and make a lot of plays. So I would favor TNC's draft just because I think they have the fallback plan of the late game and they have the objectives through like Rust Awards, which CG don't. You know, they rely on winning fights and having good lanes, which is always somewhat risky.
Alright, so we start to see more of these kind of movements, like, you know, it's interesting now to see like how the way the meta is involved, where now instead of just a single TP smoke and you just place your wards, now it's always the double TPs in. And okay, this 5-man smoke movement from TNC, it's gonna get scouted on 1-4-3-7, standing in the front, won't actually get the Hex, can't find the range when Monkey walking the Roshan as a Roshan, just to bait them out. You know, he's just like, come at me bro, you know you want that courier kill.
It's the 350 move speed, man. That's why you always want to be a courier with no boots.
It's
easy
fun.
move speed.
Now they're just waiting around the Roche pit.
I like how the first minute of the game is evolving every month or two. Because as you said, for a while you just smoked, TP'd, you just TP'd to a lane, and then people realized, okay, you want to smoke, and then people started reading that, and you know, you can kind of get these blind D wards off,
and we're clear for running.
You just see so many levels of mind games. It's interesting. What's also interesting is how they're laning, because they're starting with this aggro dual lane, and then the Earth Spirit can move between the two lanes, which I kind of like, because what this naturally does is it alleviates any pressure from the Storm getting roamed on, if they want to protect their safe lane. But the clock's already up here, so Bloodseeker's going to get his one-on-one matchup. Puck is going to have a very, very bad time with this.
Maybe the first 3 levels, right? Like, if Jo gets a good, if Sam H gets a pretty good start, I think
he doesn't get CS once Quelling Blade comes out, and like the only way he wins is if the Bloodseeker gets bad trades and uses his Q badly, and then takes like a crap ton of damage. You can outplay, but if you look across the map as well, look at how low people are already. The second that Bloodseeker gets a point in his E and he just runs, maybe with PMS or Venom, this Puck can't lane. It's one of the worst lanes in Dota 2 for a Puck.
Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that.
Just like look at how low people are already. You know, he gets an extra 8-9 damage or something, bit of move speed. When they drop to half, it's going to get even worse.
I mean, the middle lane is where the action should be at, right? You know, Cuckoo, he's not exactly getting a lot of fun with the Lich. Just taking away the range creep is denying him a lot of EXP. And top lane, Raven's just bullying the hell out of Buck, and that's keeping a Night Stalker to lane. Like, you're forcing a very aggressive hero like Night Stalker to lane as a support. That's very weird. But okay, Fly solo, getting chased down by Tims, who has the Orb of Venom. He really rolled, he has it off in cooldown in 7 seconds. You know, Night Stalker's thinking about coming in, won't exactly go for it. 1-4-3-7 just wants to get a couple of hits in. Fighting for the bounty rune. Oh, Boomback's got it. 1-4-3-7, yeah. This is not the fight he wants. He has boots, but Boombax also has boots. Hunting down. Is this bait maybe? Yep, this is the bait. Shackle's there. Roll as well.
Yeah, 1 Q from the monkey and he's dead.
Aw, they gave it to the Shadow Shaman.
I think that's good, Like, this hero really wants Arcane Boots ASAP. Or you go Soul Ring and Tranquils, which personally I prefer from a solo play standpoint, but you know, Monkey likes the extra bit of mana, Earth Spirit's not going to complain, you know. If you give Storm a bit of mana in the lanes, same thing, so. And the max health mana pool just makes your game a bit easier. It comes down to preference. Regardless, the hero wants items.
Which hero doesn't want items in the game? Maybe a Dazzle, but I see what you mean.
Like a Lich doesn't need items. A Clock as a support.
Roll again into Armel.
Items,
They do get the slow, but he's not going to be too concerned about that. You know, he has the Flame Guard up. This bottom lane, like you said, Jo is a Bloodseeker. He's having a great time. Sam H.
He didn't even buy Quelling, and he look at his denies, you know.
I realized that not many players actually go for the quelling anymore. It's always the Orb of Venom. They just want the extra lane presence. Middle lane.
You don't need to worry about contesting last hits when he's scared of going to the creeps. Which he does have to be. Like, he doesn't have boots yet, and his right click damage is pretty low compared to the Bloodseeker once he gets a bit of burst.
Bok. He's going top lane onto 1-4-3-7. Catching them both, but Raven, he's okay with the Boundless Strike. He's going to take out Bok first. Nice shackle, but 1-4-3-7 may actually die here. One more Void, yeah, Boombacks gets a return kill, so it's going to be 1-for-1. But Raven, he's happy with this. Oh no, night time. If it was still daytime, if it was like maybe 10 seconds earlier, he definitely would have gotten a kill onto Boombacks. He could have just run him down. Bloodseeker's actually having free farm bottom lane, you know, he's like 23-17. Puck having
this is
nightmare
really
lane.
scary for TNC. Like, the way they're using their supports right now isn't helping shut down any of the cores.
Now they roll in, they want to go for Armel. Boulder Smash gonna connect with the shackle as well. They should have enough damage. Flame Guard's gone, but now here comes the Blood Rite. Oh, nice double chains. Cuckoo, everyone's really low. Jayo, Verify will not save you. They want to turn around now to Tims. Tims should be dead as well. Clutch Gamer is actually going to get the better trade here. One more hit. Alright, Fly Soul getting that kill.
This is why Bloodseeker's a good hero, man.
Yep.
And I like his skill build a lot. You know, a lot of people...
Oh, top lane, Raven trying for the trade. Jingu Mastery won't actually get Bok really, really close. But okay, you were saying about Jayo's skill build on the Bloodseeker this game?
Yeah, most people just go like 2-0-3. And if you move around early, having the 1 point in the W just makes so much difference.
Like we saw, and
it's a really good 1 point.
It helps that you had the sharing chains to keep those two heroes there for a long time as well. Nowhere to run, everyone's just low. Picks up too easy, you know, kill participation rewards. And yeah, Raven top lane actually, when he was left alone, it was good that Bok and the Night Stalker decided to jump onto him. It was a big kill. He is top of the CS. He almost survived as well. He really almost survived. I feel like if he didn't put a point into the tree dance and just went straight into like maybe a third point into mastery or the Boundless Strike, he definitely would have survived that.
Yeah, but the levels in the W are very important to actually being able to use your other two spells.
What do you feel about the difference between Treads and Face Boots on Monkey though? Wouldn't you usually want the Face Boots?
Treads is better for fighting and farming. Face is better for beating people.
Oh, Jayo getting the Sam H kill. Boombacks coming in just nicely. So Sam H, usually he impresses, but in this case he's had a very unfavorable matchup. And now Jayo, that was the first rupture of the game as well. Level 7 after this creep wave, they can just shrine up. Great game for him.
Yeah, the early game's going about as you'd expect. You know, they're the ones setting the movement with their supports, which is, well, not so much their supports actually, but more their cores. You know, JO, TP mid to turn around the kills, and then, you know, they've got one or two kills top. The clock's about to get his 6, so he can start moving around and maybe give Night Stalker a lane once nighttime fades, so he can farm up a bit. So they've got a lot of like these small little nuances and a lot of different timings they can use. But they need to have like a good game for their lineup to work. So for them to have less than a 1k lead at this point, you know, it's something, but they need to start building on it pretty rapidly. And you know, if they can find a way to take towers early when they get a few kills, that's going to be extremely important for their lineup going forward. Because the later the game goes, the harder it is for them to fight TNC and take the towers afterwards as well.
Well, we'll have to see if they can do it, like you said. Like, I agree with you as well, because I feel like, you know, exactly the point where you said about where they can't take towers or objectives quickly. And alright, so Bok wasting that first hookshot of the game, tried to catch the monkey under the tower. Samhage in a bit of a tricky spot, you know, they want to go for the Hunter of the Night. They're going to find him. Okay, nice rupture, and they get the silence as well. Won't exactly get the blood right, but do they have enough damage to kill the puck? I think they do. He's going to orb out. Straight to the north. Actually, no, gets right click down by Jayo. Too much right click over there.
He died to rupture. He didn't jaunt far enough.
Ah, okay.
It's the same thing as Blink, so, you know. Yeah, this Bloodseeker's gonna become a problem.
I think he already is. Like, now they're TPing 2 heroes to the bottom lane.
If they kill him once or twice, then they might keep him in check. But yeah, like they need to do something to this hero.
Sam H needs level 6 first, otherwise they can't jump him. They need to control that. Even bringing the Monkey King. There we go. Jo has a blood right. Could opt to go for a TP out, but this is the control they were looking for. He actually might get out. No, it's okay. Ether Shock from 1437 will secure the kill. Boundless Strike onto Fly Solo. And Lich goes down as well. So 2 very, very tasty kills going the way of TNC. So damage control begins.
Yep, and that's exactly what they need to do. Now they probably move their Monkey King down here a bit more permanently. And once the Puck's coil comes up again, he can look to move around the map. Maybe make another kill happen. Because right now, they kind of just need to use their Monkey to fight with the Puck whenever their ult's up and make space for the Storm. Like, their game plan is not to sit on their heels and wait for CG to come to them. So I think that's a losing game plan. They can counter gank and react, but you know they don't want to just sit and farm their free cores. I think Storm can use for space, and then the others make it. You know, at least for now, it is daytime for another 2 minutes. So if they want to fight, now is slightly better than before. Not like this though.
Oh, all right. The tree dance is coming in. Raven and Sam H, they get a return kill. So the beginning of redemption for Sam H. Get a nice tasty kill.
I thought he'd die, but obviously, yeah, daytime. The silence is not as long.
And he has a salve. Or they might actually be able to get a turnaround point over here. Mel has an invis rune though, they don't know that. So it's Clutch Gamers, they need to try utilize this.
They might have seen it because of this ward, which is why they're playing safe.
On the Serpent Wards, they really want to fight this 1437. Catching the Lich, actually will get the kill. Getting caught by the Blood Right, but okay, that's a nice Boundless Strike onto 2. Magnetize is going to come out as well from Tims. They want to chase Armel, who does run down Sam H. Now going for the triple remnants. Here comes Bok with the hook shot. Cogs catching 2, will find 1, but Raven's gonna be trading hits with him with the Jingu Mastery. It's okay, he's happy to fight Bok. And with too many heroes here, they actually will get outnumbered and actually losing 4 heroes. Clutch Gamers win a very, very good fight. And no Serpent Wards as well. Great stuff. And the whole time Storm Spirit's farming up top. So, is there a shrine for him? No shrine. But hey, that was a pretty big fight. Good for Clutch Gamers. It was 3 for 4? Yeah, 3 for 4.
Yeah, they definitely get the better end of that, and that's why TNC, like, they don't have that 5th hero that can come to the fight. Well, they do, but they don't want him to, so they need to be careful with how full on they go in the engagements. I think the Invis rune made a big difference, but now they just need to play around that going forward, you know.
And TNC, well, they're gonna try and make a move.
Again.
Yeah, they are gonna try and make a move. Like, they are smoked up. They know the Night Stalker is alone top, but they don't know where anyone else is yet. So maybe they can think about going for here. Rolling in, Boulder Smash, zipping all the way in. Okay, with the Shackle, that'll be the death of the Night Stalker, giving the kill to Cuckoo as well.
And to tower if they want to. If they feel safe enough to do it. Which is why Tims is gonna go place a ward, I imagine.
Raven's just in the middle lane to stall the push. And Bok, he has a hook shot. He's actually going for an Orchid this game. I mean, I can see why he's going for it, to deal with the Storm Spirit. I kind of thought he would have gone for an ATOS instead. So it's alright, top tier 1 going to TNC.
The problem is, right, if you show that you have an Oblivion Staff, then you have Triangles, you're not going Echo. So the Storm's just going to buy a Yule. And the Puck's going to buy a Yule. And then your Orchid is trash, you know? Then it requires, like, you know, the Night Stalker to get the silence, and then you to silence after the Yule, which isn't so easy with the Puck. because of phase shift and blink dagger. It's a slightly easier with the storm. But you know, maybe Storm just goes second item BKB instead of an Orchid.
Clutch Gamers playing very, very aggressive under the tier 2 tower. And they actually will get the Raven kill. Armel getting 1. And they're now using the coil. It's going to land to 2. But it's the follow-up. 1 for 3-7. Isolated by Bok. And Armel getting the double. And under the tier 1 tower, which is still up, they don't really care. Clutch Gamers are like, alright, this is the lead we're going to build. But still, like you said, the economy-wise, it's not very healthy. And hold on, they want to go. Alright, so getting a silence, no more Flame Guard from Armel, but they have a shrine to go back to, and TNC just aren't able to, you know, bring up the follow-up just yet. They will get a tower deny though.
I think Clutch will still be extremely happy with that. And if they keep winning engagements like this, and yeah, the Orchid from Clark will be really, really good, because it will be faster than all those items. But it is a big F, you know. One bad fight, and then he stops farming, or they stop being able to fight, and then you have like this Orchid, and it's sad. I'd like to see it work though, don't get me wrong. I'm just stating it's somewhat risky. Because Blade Mail's great this game. You know, there's a lot of spells that they can't control.
Oh, trying for the chains, but they would turn around for Tims instead, who is the easy option. Boundless Dragon fighting into the Wukong's command. Raven, he's going to start right-clicking away. He actually almost gets the full Jingu Mastery, but he's going to hide into a tree. They found him with the Rupture. Nice, baiting the Courier as well. Oh, great play from Jo to bait the Courier like that, and Armel. Now going to just pop the Regen Rune, Boots of Travel already up. It's interesting to see like how, you know, Ember Spirits just skip the Veil of Discord nowadays. They don't really, you know, back then, do you remember like when his level 10 talent was like, what, 15% spell amplification, and now it's down to 8. Everyone just went straight Veil.
Yeah, and they buffed the damage, so... I like Veil a lot, but this game, they don't really need it, because the rest of their team allows him to fight and he doesn't feel so fragile. Like, half the reason I think Veil is good is it takes the armor and health pool up to a level where you feel like you can go into an engagement. But he doesn't need that this game, so he can get away with the Aquila and Wand, and then if you get an early Radiance on this hero, like, he farms so fast. You can play so aggressive. If he opts to go something else in Radiance, so you know, it's still good.
Meanwhile, TNC going for a smoke play. They realize they need to do some damage control because the 2000 lead. And hold on, okay, it'll be the fly solo. Tree dance, everything's gonna miss to get the boundless strike. Oh no. Yeah, it's just a lich. It's fine. Body blocks, body blocks. They want to give the kill to a core. Chainfall's gonna come out. Bounce, still bouncing, still bouncing, still bouncing. Okay, worth it right there. He's definitely okay with that train.
1-4-3-7. Yeah,
Life
that
of
feels
support.
bad, man. That's when your puck player should take a bit of flame, I think.
Hook shot. Bok gonna get kicked away by Tims. No, Cuckoo just farming up the enemy jungle, TPing out. Bloodstone almost completed on his part. Right, and TNC
Decent
just played
considering.
Indeed, and they are just gonna play the waiting game right now. Take a slightly more passive approach.
But they have to, like, they can't fight right now, and it shows with like how their monkey's been playing. He's been trying to fight, and each time it's bit them in the ass, and he has like he went from top net worth to 4th by 3,000.
And he hasn't been farming for a while. Ember's been getting all these key kills. 1,000 gold away to the Relic. Bloodseeker's having a great time as well. Drums already completed. 2,200 gold. Probably a Halberd. I'm not sure what's coming up next. He can go whatever the hell he wants. Maybe some extra control for the Bloodseeker as well. I mean, for the Storm Spirit. Alright, tier 1 tower. Going to 147. Yeah, item-wise, like, you know, as a Bloodseeker, maybe he can think about a Halberd, maybe a Bloodthorn, I'm not sure. Just something to help the Storm, I guess. He can really go for whatever he wants. Even a BKB would be pretty good. I thought Halberd, but then I realized that they don't exactly have much use.
Yeah, they don't have monkey issues, so Halberd's really nice, but I Silver Edge or...
They found him. Oh, the silence at the perfect time. Hold that thought, and you're gonna chase after Tims inside the trees. They found him. Gonna get kicked out of the cogs. Hook shot. Oh, he missed, but the Void will cancel the TP anyway, so it's okay. Tims is gonna die a very slow and painful death in his little naughty corner. Meanwhile, Jo. Is there any way to cancel all the chains? And boom, Armel, dominating streak. Alright, so Clutch Gamers doing very, very nice to get themselves, at least try to extend that gold advantage to over 2,000.
They have a big gold lead where it matters. It's just that their supports are, you know, very, very poor in comparison. You know, the Earth Spirit's 1,000 ahead of the Lich, the Shadow Shaman's 1.5 ahead of the Night Stalker, but as far as their cores go, they're all a good chunk ahead, which is where it matters in this game. At least for now. Like, they are going to need their two supports to probably get at least some form of items soon, but that hopefully comes when they win a fight and take 1 or 2 towers. Which I imagine will come soon if they want to heal up and go.
Alright.
First debut of the Orchid.
And top
Value.
lane. Yeah. It's gonna help with mana regen, and at the same time, you know, getting that kill into the Shadow Shaman. Just making sure you break the support's economy.
Well. You know?
Yep.
Look at that 30 attack speed and 30 damage. Feels good, man.
Wait, which hero again?
The clock. You know, from the Orchid. He farms fast because of it.
Okay.
I mean, it's gonna work out because he got it so early. It was a high risk item, but to be fair, if I was in his position, I would expect us to be winning at this stage of the game anyway. I maybe wouldn't expect him to have as much farm as he does, but he's done a really good job of CSing and being involved in kills. 80 CS and 6 kills at this point of the game as a clock is pretty good.
And a 4 staff on the way, so now TNC realize they need to make a... I would say they need to win a team fight. Because they can sense that Clutch Gamers are pulling further and further ahead. So they know the TP coming in from the Storm, 5-man smoke movement. They see the Night Stalker TNC, Sam H try to catch someone. Jerry, he's got the Rupture into Sam H again. Orchid into the Monkey, hookshot's gonna miss. But what's gonna happen next? Alright, Coil only into 1 Fly Solo, gonna be tanking the Serpent Wards. Chain Frost bouncing around, and it actually looks like Fly Solo will break the Coil, he will die. Calc pushing 2 back. Samage won't get anyone dead. But alright, so 3 for 1. And Tim's also going down. Kukuk's going to try and get the pick off here onto Jo. Bloodright is there. The silence is up. Nowhere from the go. He will deny himself. And Clutch Gamers win the team fight as they wipe the floor with TNC. And they will take tier 1 tower as well. So it's going to be a 1,300 gold swing.
And that's why TNC don't fight right now. They probably wanted some kind of flank, but they gave that up when the puck blinked forward to find like the solo Night Stalker and didn't go on him. And then it just stalled the fight out long enough. And now life gets a lot harder because Radiance is up on Ember. So I genuinely don't see how they fight now. Like, their Monkey is not tanky enough. He doesn't do enough damage to scare heroes away from him. You know, he's got a Mask of Madness, which it's a good farming item. It's good at killing solo heroes as well, because if you like queue from the trees and then you leap on them and then pop the mask, you can do it, but I'm not so sold that he's going to be that impactful in the fights this game.
That's why I usually prefer seeing like an Echo Saber, but hold on, okay. Orchid, and they find the Monkey. Is he dead? Rocket Flare, Raven should take down. They have the vision of him with the Void. Boomback scams himself a kill. Jo is still hunting. Thinking about using their Rupture, not yet within tower range, and they actually, yeah, the map is basically theirs.
Yep. Storm has no way to split push until he finishes his Yule, which is coming soon.
A prize.
Very, very soon. But the rest of the heroes, if they misstep and get caught, they are very dead. And all the worries I was saying about them not being able to push towers at this stage of the game is gone, because they are in such an advantage right now that the other team is not going to fight them. That changes when it goes to high ground though. Like tier 2 towers, sure, they can take those for days. They could probably even take Roche right now. But going high ground is a different story.
It actually looks like they do smoke up. They want to try and make something happen again. The last time we saw that, they got wiped. So I'm very, very hesitant on how this might actually turn out. Yes, maybe they have a very good chance of catching the Ember Spirit. They have a ward, so they did find him. But is he the pick-off they are looking for? He's really hard to kill. They cannot
probably
afford to mess up here. Okay, yes, this is the best kill they can. with all the chain silencers. I was wrong. Okay, so Armel goes down. Unstoppable streak going the way of Tims. And the TPs are coming in. Fly solo, they want to try and hunt. They have Bok with a hook shot.
That's really not the hero they wanted to get the kill, unfortunately.
And Bloodseeker, Shadowblades walking in. Looking for heroes. Bok, hook shot, where did he go? He caught the puck with the silence. One right click and down he goes. Looking for Tims. Using the pull, the vortex, they want to kill Boombacks, but he's really tanky. They just can't kill him. Chainfrost bouncing around Tims, he's so low. Going for the TPR, do they have enough damage? One more right click, actually he does get out but just barely. And Cuckoo still caught with the rupture, he's actually going to be okay. Gonna zip away with the last of his mana, and Raven, he has to make use of this farm he can get in the middle lane. But even then it's not going to be enough, you know, it's just like leftovers. 1-4-3-7 also trying to push, take that bottom tier 1, but looks like Jo is just gonna happily, you know, farm up the serpent wards.
This'll come in handy.
If anything, this brings the tower in deny range, and he's gonna just get a tower deny. Yep, he gets it. Look at how much right click he has.
Yeah, he's pretty beefy. Overall, good trade for TNC, because at the moment they kind of have no right getting anything if CG walk is 5, so them getting a trade is good. But right now they're going to need more than one trade to get back into the game. They're going to need a lot more time because, you know, the Storm is doing a really good job. He's equal with the Bloodseeker, but despite this hero being the best like carry in the game, he's not the best 1v5 hero. His team is going to have to be relevant at some point, so they need to keep farming. Which is where CG can start picking them off and find the ability to snowball again. And Bloodseeker just finished his BKB, so this is probably going to cue them to take a fight.
It should, and I think this is a great time to fight with the BKB up. 10-second BKB, and there's no other better time to fight. I'm not even sure if TNC still has smokes left, because I think they smoked like, what, 4 times in the past 10 minutes?
Yeah, maybe they have one, but the chances are they're low. They've got a glimmer on Earth Spirit at least, so that might mess with the fights a tiny bit, because I don't think anyone on Clutch is carrying detection. No, they're not.
Looking to Bucky to start that fight, that Orchid, Clockwork. Whew,
this is a really good smoke. It is into a shrine, but I don't think they care because they're so much stronger right now.
Using a rocket flare, Tims, they have to sense the danger immediately. Okay, getting the silence onto the Earth Spirit. Where's the hookshot Bok? Where's the hookshot? Chainfrost's gonna bounce on just a fair bit. They'll take out one target. They really isolated Tims inside. The Boundless Strike will connect to Bok only. But the Magnetize popping out. Now they will get one kill for Cuckoo. Fighting under the shrine as well. Not too bad. He pops it for Raven. They're still in a fight, but Tims is gonna go down. Now going with the spirits. And actually, they find one. Looks like Cuckoo about to go down as well. He's actually gonna use all his mana to immediately. He's gonna run out. But no, they have enough damage and vision on him. He's going to deny himself one more time. 4-for-1 trade. And this will be the Roshan Open with the medallion. They can take this really quickly on the side of Clutch Gamers. Great team fight. Perfect timing. Everything that can go right for Clutch Gamers is going right. And TNC, they look like they're about to lose this game 1.
There is still hope for them because High Ground is a completely different ball game. But if CG play this right, from this kind of position, yeah, you would expect them to choke the map out and just slowly get to a point where they can brute force the game. This Aegis is probably not it. Unless TNC give them a fight outside the base, where they win similarly to that one. No. Is this a freebie?
Should be. Fly solo. Alright, use up into the air. Cuckoo. Oh no, here comes the hookshot, the save with the Orchid silence. Alright, you said that was a freebie? Yeah, it was a freebie for Clutch Gamers.
Yeah, that yaw was greedy as fuck. That's the kind of play they can't make if they want to get back into the game.
Well, maybe this is TNC's way up, just in a warm-up game. It's only the first series of the day, so maybe this is just...
Yeah, you know, like yesterday, make it hard on yourself, you know, just feed a few games and make it interesting for the fans. I can get behind that.
Alright, so 28-13. Clutch Gamers, great gold lead over 10,000. That's gonna keep stretching onwards. And EXP as well. I hear Rupture, who is bleeding.
Mid lane puck.
Oh, the puck goes up to the air. And the Blood Ride's gonna connect. And of course with the cogs. Great stuff. They're picking all these hard to kill heroes. And you know, if you guys are watching on the stream, you guys, you know, you can learn a few things at how to, with these heroes, even without stuns, you can still take out these very mobile and hard to kill heroes like Puck and Storm Spirit. It's just about timing and teamwork.
It's about having a really good lane and then having an Orchid at like 15 minutes on a clockwork.
That true.
That's the biggest problem in this game. Like, I think this item is making the game so much easier. Like, it was a ballsy pickup, but credit to the guy because it's working out amazingly. And yeah, you know, the Storm has so many problems with the Bloodseeker silence, the Nightstalker silence. You know, he can't hold it for the Orchid. Or you initiate with one and then you use the other. Ideally, you start with a skill first and then use the item because the item has no cast time. But you know, it all comes down to what situation they're in. Regardless, though, they're in a really good spot. Still haven't popped a BKB on Bloodseeker. Oh no, sorry, it is down to 9. But he has it up. They have Aegis on Ember, so this is a pretty easy tier 2. It's just if they feel like they go more. I don't think they should, but
right. So Sam here still trying to rat the bottom.
waters.
TNC, they're just trying to split the map as as good as they can. Unfortunately, the heroes don't exactly excel at doing that, and they're just gonna just try to get whatever split push they can. Just farm, maybe try and take a tier 2 tower. Oh no, the sharing chains! Oh, that was really, really close. Armel, half a second away. If he got those sharing chains, I actually felt that could have been over for TNC right there.
Close, very, very close. Like, their heroes are actually not that bad at splitting, but they just can't make a mistake. Because right now they're in a position where they are so far behind. One mistake is kind of, not the nail in the coffin, but kind of getting close to it at this point. And 400 away from Ags on Nightstalker, which is just going to make their game even harder to split. Anytime it's not day, they are not going to feel comfortable sitting in trees and waiting to TP out, which is how you rat the map these days. You push the wave of your spells, you sit in the trees, and you kind of just hope that the enemy team thinks you TP'd out and they don't search for you.
Well, right now they don't know it yet, but they might find themselves a very, very free dragon. If you can see all these heroes converging onto Sam H, even getting the chains onto him would be pretty good. He's trying to bait him with the courier as well, but Sam H all the way inside the enemy base. Space created.
Yeah, TP for 10 seconds, so...
Alright, hook shot, Orchid as well. Yule steps up into the air, Sam H, oh no. Oof. Armel, that's...
And once you're in burst range, it's pretty hard to juke.
And that Sleight of Fist, he actually hurts a lot more than you think he does.
Yeah, he hits for 240.
And TNC,
30 damage challenge is pretty good.
there's very, very little that TNC are actually able to do in this game right now.
They just have to keep doing what they're doing, and eventually the game evens out a bit.
Oh dear, they found themselves a free monkey.
It's just too many numbers the other way.
And Tim C's actually going to get out. There's no way to cancel the TP. And the Spirit just messing around with Cuckoo right now. But okay, Cuckoo, he just wants to cut the creep wave. Immediately TP's out. And this is the kind of shenanigans they have to resort to just to stay in this game. He's already down to 4 Bloodstone charges. He's trying to farm up that Lincoln Spear as best as he can. Do you think though that Lincoln's is the item? Maybe like a BKB would have been preferable in this case.
I mean, BKB is preferable, but it's not the game-winning item. Like, you want to buy BKB when you know you can use it to win a fight instead of just survive a fight. Like, Lincoln's gives him the time to react, and if he can then get away with it, it's better stats, better regen, better storm item in general. And you want the BKB charges for like the 15-minute mark, ideally, when like maybe the other team has a Hex or a more magical annoyance crap. But right now, yeah, BKB might keep him in the game. Does it win him the game? Probably not on its own. Whereas Lincoln's can kind of double up, you know. Yes, it's greedy, but I don't think it's a bad idea to try and be greedy here.
Well, the game just got a ton, well, 10,000 times harder for them right now because Ember just picked up a Shivas as well. BKB is on the way for him when he starts to build into it. Clutch Gamers, I think they're just waiting for Roshan, which is up in the next minute. And then they have the tools to go high ground, but then again, they may not even need it. They just need to find the right pickoff. And Cuckoo going from the side, they did smoke up, trying for a flank maneuver, trying to catch one hero, zipping all the way in. Looks like they will find themselves a big tasty target, and that will be the clockwork down. Big kill. Now remember going with the spirits in. Alright, so Tims is dead, but the counter Cuckoo's gonna rem them out, and actually Jo getting the double kill. Alright, so that BKB doing good work. They find another, and that will be 1437 dead. Alright, so Jo triple kill, and Butterfly basically can be purchased right now. I just don't see a way back in this game for TNC. And I'm not being biased, I just honestly don't see any light at the end of the tunnel.
Not smoking outside your base to take a fight with no buybacks is one way to see light at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, when they do plays like that, it makes the stalling thing only viable if they can stall for like another 10 minutes, you know? Every time they make a play like that, it adds X amount of minutes based on how much gold they lose. You know, if they find the storm here, then, you know, it feels bad, but I think he's good.
Right, so...
Rosh is anytime now.
Yeah.
It's actually a really short respawn.
It will. 3 seconds. Multiple pings coming out.
That's going to help CG a lot. Because right now, they want to just go as soon as they can. They are the stronger team. The sooner they can use their advantage, the better. And hopefully they scout this now.
They're picking out Cuckoo. He wants to use the Hunter Ignite, but no, here comes Fly Soul to break the Lincolns. They want to chase. Okay, Boulder Smash. It will stop the Night Stalker in its tracks. But now hook shot. Alright, they found the Shadow Shaman. Down goes one for 3-7. Tim's actually going to get out. They don't have detection. Monkey. Do they know the monkey is there? I hear BKB being popped, but that's just a Bloodseeker. So 40 seconds without 1 for 3-7. This is where they have to enter the Roche pit right now. They have to take the Roshan. Sam H ratting out the bottom lane. I don't think he's ever going to get to that level 25 talent at this rate unless they can somehow magically drag this game out for at least another 20 more minutes. But Clutch Gamers, they're not going to give TNC that kind of time. And Armel just solo killing Sam H like a boss. That's how fat this guy is. This Ember Spirit, top of the net worth, 22k net worth.
Yeah, and he actually takes the saving chain switch. I was thinking, like, cooldown reduction is the normal option, right? But this game, how do you win it? You chain the puck or you chain the storm. And I really like this decision. I think it's gonna catch them off slightly, and then they're playing without buybacks because they don't have money. So you catch them once, game pretty much is in your back pocket at that point. And now the Bloodseeker has his level 20 talent, and the Butterfly, his sieging is something they do have to worry about. Like, he's pretty tanky, he does a lot of damage. If you get him low, then he can just go back and heal on some neutrals and then come back, so they do have a good level of sustain. And the deep push from TNC is pretty garbage. You know, only Puck can really do it. Maybe the Raptor can get a Q off, but, you know, that's risky.
And Jo is just going to happily take down this tower by himself. Standing in the front lines, you know, with the Solar Crest as well. It's a medallion. Jo actually tanks the tower quite nicely. Of course, it also helps that he has a Butterfly, like you said. And with the Aegis, they really cannot jump this Bloodseeker. So he's going to get the tier 3 tower. Probably going to get the Relena backs as well. Going for the Hex, trying to stall for some time. But Remnants all the way in. And Shadow Shaman's dead. Hookshot's going to be off the mark. Storm Spirit really can't do anything. I thought this would be a great Storm Spirit game, but Clutch Gamers, they have to draft to cope with it. They're going for the silence. It looks like Earth Spirit is caught. Rupture as well. Now he's going to have to be fighting under the shrine. Jared's going to pop the BKB. They want to go back in. Armel. Alright, looks like Earth Spirit should be dead. Hog's pushing him back, so actually Buck will still get the kill. 3 heroes dead. No buyback. TNC have called it. So it's going to be 1 for 3-7 saying, we need to go back to the drawing board. Raven immediately disconnecting. I'm just not convinced that the Monkey King carry pick. Like, I don't think it was a bad pick. I just don't think they used it the way they wanted to in the first place. Like, they couldn't execute their game plan.
Yeah, they tried to fight, and every time they tried to fight, CG had 5 heroes and they had 4. Which is credit to Clutch. Like, you know, if they had given away 1 or 2 of those early fights, I don't think their game looks anywhere near as clean as this. But every time they wanted to fight, everyone on their team knew, and everyone on their team was ready. When TNC tried to fight, they tried to do these smoke plays and try to catch them with 4 heroes and hope that they didn't run into 5. And every time they did, and every time they lost. And they kept trying to smoke at times where, like, it was risky if they lost the fight, right? If they lose this fight, they also lose a tower. And that's a lot of gold, especially when you're investing a minute or 2 to gather your team, smoke, not hit creeps, not push out lanes. And then they pretty much got nothing for any of it. So I don't think their draft was that bad. I just think the way they played it made Clutch look like the better team. But the TNC should be able to regroup and realize what went wrong in game 1.
They should. I mean, technically both these teams are TI teams in terms of the brands. And Clutch Gamers, you know, it doesn't seem like that long ago where this was a team with a different roster and they were qualifying for a ton of lands. They were actually, you know, considered one of the top teams in C. So this will be interesting to see how this turns out. I mean, Tim's as usual impressing on the Earth spread, but in this case, not really. And alright, that was only game 1, ladies and gentlemen, for Clutch Gamers versus TNC. I'm Hades, this is PQMZ. We'll be back for more of game 2 and with more C Dota, and actually one EU game today, if I'm not mistaken, which is after our next series, which will be HR versus MOF. So, okay, we'll see you guys for more games after this. But of course, you want to stay tuned to make sure you see out the conclusion of this Filipino standoff between TNC versus Clutch Gamers. And alright, we're taking a quick break. See you guys soon.